Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has urged members of Joint Tax Board (JTB) and other stakeholders in the revenue generation sector in the country to adopt humane strategy and understanding before co-opting the informal sectors into its tax net. The governor was stated this while declaring open the 157th Joint Tax Board meeting in Ibadan. Also called for an increase in production, knowledge and skills to galvanize Nigerians towards transforming the nation's natural resources and potentials into economic prosperity. Correspondent Segun Falomo was at the event and fighting this report.
The meeting of the Joint Tax Board of Nigeria is usually a convergence to address tax-related matters, evolve a workable, effective, and efficient tax system across states and federal governments. Declaring open the 157th meeting of the JTB held in Ibadan with the theme Taxation of the Informal Sector, Potentials and Challenges, Governor Seyi Makinde explained that the informal sector is the backbone of the local economy and should be encouraged technologically for meaningful impacts. He charged the stakeholders to consider modalities to deepen partnership with the informal sector, such that dragging them into the tax net will be based on understanding rather than enforcement.
Further proven methods of capturing revenue from highly mobile and hard to track informal businesses and how that will work side by side with formalization, of the informal sector in using data and technology to track and support, informal businesses without excessive bureaucracy. So this forum is an opportunity to exchange ideas and how to move from intent to impact across states and sectors.
In his address at the event, the chairman of the Joint Tax Board and executive chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Services, Dr. Zaccheaus Adedeji, cautioned against any attempt of adding tax burden on the poor and charged the meeting to focus on conceiving strategies to formalize the informal sector before any tax attempts.
I would not expect is to define system that will tax informal sector. The only thing is to formalize the informality of the sector. Because if you think shoemaker are informal, tailor are informal, so what will you say Gucci is? What is Louis Vuitton? Are they not shoemaker? Are they informal? But they formalize them, and which I think the use of data will do. So I want the focus to be on how to formalize the informal sector, not defining system, how to collect money from market women. No, it is how are we going to formalize the operation of market women and men so that they can fit into existing tax law. It is expected that at the end of this meeting, we will have come up with strategies to formalize the informal sector for the purpose of achieving equitable tax administration. We remain committed to our mantra, not to tax poverty, but to tax prosperity. Not to tax the seed, but to tax the fruit. That is the focus of Mr. President.
The chairman of Oyo State Internal Revenue Service, Femi Awakon, and the executive secretary of the board, Olusegun Adesokun, in their separate remarks, disclosed how the tax reforms will be able to boost IGRAL at the state and federal government levels and benefits the informal sector stand to gain by being captured and regulated. They assured that the 2 days meeting will achieve expected objectives while acknowledging that all participants will technically brainstorm and develop a workable template for the benefit of Nigerian economy.
I like that so much is expected of us across our individual states and the federal level, especially as global attention continues to shift away from crude oil that our country has used as the mainstay of its economy for this decade. In order to meet these expectations, it becomes imperative to reach the unreached, capture the untouched, and tax the sector once considered negligible.
In the area where the tax environment is friendly and truly government would support businesses, support individuals to be the best they can be, and thereafter tax their fruits, tax their prosperity, tax their profit, tax their dividends.
From Ibadan, Segun Falomo reporting for Galaxy TV News.